everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video I will be discussing some basic articles of Indian Constitution, and in this video all the articles that will be discussed are related to judiciary. Okay, so let's begin. First is Attorney General of India. That means appointment of Attorney General of India. Attorney General is the senior most advocate who advises the Supreme Court or the President in times when they ask for his consultation. Okay, so Attorney General is a lawyer, senior lawyer, and he is appointed by the President of India at the country level. Okay, and Article 76 states his appointment. Then Advocate General is the senior most lawyer who is appointed for a particular state. Each state has Advocate Generals, and they are appointed by the governor of that state, and they provide consultation to the High Court or to the governor of that state. So they are at the state level. Attorney General is at the country level and Advocate General is at the state level. Advocate General appointment is given in Article 165. Then independence of judiciary is given in Article 50. Independent means it is not pressurized, or it is not dependent on any of the other two organs of government, that are legislature and executive. Then original jurisdiction of Supreme Court is given in Article 131. Original jurisdiction means the cases that directly come to the Supreme Court to decide upon, to give the verdict upon. So those are the original jurisdiction, Article 131. Writ jurisdiction, as you know, there are 5 writs that can be filed in any High Court of India or the Supreme Court of India. So if there a case comes and it is by way of writ, that is filed, habeas corpus, mandamus, quo warranto, certiorari, or prohibition. If a case is filed concerning any of these 5 writs, then that is in Article 32 of Indian Constitution for the Supreme Court. Means the Supreme Court can hear the cases relating to writ petitions by virtue of Article 32. And the same thing for High Courts is in the Article 226. So writ jurisdiction of Supreme Court, Article 32. Writ jurisdiction of High Court, Article 226. Advisory jurisdiction by President from Supreme Court. SC is Supreme Court. So if the President demands for, or he wishes to get an advice on any legal matter from the Supreme Court, then he can do by Article 143. By invoking Article 143, President of India can seek advice or consultation from the Supreme Court in any legal affairs. Appellate jurisdiction means the cases, if a particular person is not satisfied with the judgment of High Court, then by an appeal he goes to the Supreme Court, right? So that is known as appellate jurisdiction, and it is given in Article 136. So appellate jurisdiction means the cases which come by appeal from the lower courts to the higher courts. And I think everybody knows the hierarchy of court system in India. So these are the articles. Then there was a landmark judgment of Husaindra Khatun versus State of Bihar. This judgment was pronounced in year 1979, and in this judgment the main thing was introduction of PIL, that is public interest litigation, and this PIL concept was given by Justice P.N. Bhagwati. So this is a very important thing to remember. Introduction of PIL in the case Husaindra Khatun versus State of Bihar, and this concept was introduced by Justice P.N. Bhagwati. Okay, and PIL is any petition that can be filed if by a social activist or by an organization, even by a particular person. PIL can be filed for the interest of the general public at large. Since the word itself suggests public interest, right? So the petition which is filed by an organization in the interest of the whole public or society at large. If there is a horrible plight of crash in the society or in a particular state, then a social activist or a single person, individual person also can file PIL in the court concerning the bad plight of the crashes of the city. And in that case, since this is in the interest of the whole society at large, so that will be known as a PIL. Then appointment of Supreme Court judges is given in Article 124. Appointment of High Court judges is given in Article 217. Appointment of Supreme Court judge is done in consultation to the CJI. If we have to appoint a judge other than CJI, then appointment is done in consultation with President of India and CJI, that is Chief Justice of India. And Chief Justice of India, if has to be appointed, then again President is consulted, and the former CJI also gives an advice to the President that after me, this is the senior most judge in the court, in the Supreme Court, so he should be appointed, or he or she should be appointed as the CJI. One fun fact I tell you that there is till now there has been no female CJI of the country, okay? You may check the history of CJIs. There is no female CJI in India till now. Okay, so High Court judge appointment is done in consultation with CJI, Chief Justice of that High Court, and the Governor of the state, okay? Then appointment of a district subordinate judge is in Article 233. Then we have appointed now if we want to remove a judge. So basically removal of judges is through impeachment, and if the process of the proceedings are obviously discussed in Parliament, and for removal of judge, that is impeachment proceedings, are discussed in Parliament, and this is in Article 124 subclause 4. And one thing more, that there is only one judge in Indian judiciary who has been impeached so far, and that is Justice Soumitra Sen, okay, who was the Punjab and Haryana High Court Chief Justice at that time, and he is the only judge till now to be impeached for misappropriation of funds. So any judge can be impeached on two grounds: proven misbehavior or incapacity. If it is proved that he has misbehaved or he has done anything contrary to the post that he holds, then that is proven misbehavior ground. And if it is proved that he is not capable of holding the post of a Supreme Court or of a High Court judge, then that is incapacity. So misbehavior and incapacity are the only two grounds on which a judge can be impeached. And the fun fact is, as I have told you, there is only one judge till now, Justice Soumitra Sen, who has been impeached so far. Then there is another landmark judgment, Keshwanand Bharti versus State of Kerala, which was pronounced in year 1973, and this was the basic structure judgment. In this, the basic structure of Indian Constitution should not be amended. This judgment was passed by the Supreme Court consulting the Article 13 and Article 368, wherein it confined the Parliament from unlimited power to a limited power, that it will not be able to amend the basic structure of Indian Constitution, right? Basic structure can be federalism, secularism and democracy. Then Parliament has absolute powers to amend the Indian Constitution is as per Article 368, and it cannot amend anything, any law, it cannot pass or amend so as that will infringe upon the Part 3 of Indian Constitution. Part 3 consists of fundamental rights that are provided to each and every citizen of the country, and so this is given in Article 13 subclause 2. So these are some basic and important articles regarding judiciary. This is all for today's video. Thank you so much.